Welcome to Use Your Words podcast, where we believe in intelligently spoken conversations. So you know, and I will admit, like I said, I can talk, or not, yeah, or not. My ability to talk has been greatly exaggerated. I can't even start off right. Wow. Welcome to another episode of Use Your Words podcast, where I am red-faced Paul and embarrassed. And I am joined once again with Mr. Aaron Johnson. How are you doing, Mr. Johnson?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, as you very well know. Why the laughter here? Why the...
Sometimes that just hits hard.
What, the me going... The me going...
And then you trying to say greatly afterwards.
Yeah, I'm glad it hits you in all the right feels.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad it does. Well, it is nearing the end of the month of November already. As far as, well, that is, the time just seems to fly. I don't know about you, but like my month of October, like I blinked and it was done. I kind of like looked and I was like, wait, it's the end of the month already? Where did my month go?
I'm trying. I was thinking about that the other day because I was at work and I was like, okay, has this month gone slow or fast right now? Because I don't know. See, now I can't even speak. But that's normal. So when Skyrat was a thing.
Yeah.
R.I.P. It's okay. No, not really. We were supposed to play at a haunted house every weekend. We had a gig set up to do that. And I was thinking, had we done that, like I feel like this month would just blew by. Because like each weekend I'm already anticipating doing this. But then it's still at the same time, like it's been a busy weekend. I've been in Chicago. I was in Chicago for 3 weekends of it. And it's just stuff fills up.
I have never been to a haunted house where a rock band was playing. Please tell me you were going to play like haunty Halloween songs, not your originals. Well, what was on the docket?
Well, we never got that far. It was a friend. It was a friend of like one of the band members that was going to be able to get us to play.
Okay.
It was for his haunted house, whatever. Which apparently was a pretty good one. I don't know. But he's like, yeah, just come play for 3 hours. Play whatever. So we're like, oh, well, we could play some of our songs.
That would have been the scariest thing in the world.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was like, all right. I was like, guys, if we're gonna do this, I was like, we gotta pick out songs. You know, that'd be great for like a Halloween thing.
Yeah. What's the number one song you would have to play? But someone would have to probably learn keys or synth, or you'd have to play with the track. Oh, come on. It's at every Halloween event possible.
I mean, the first song that I had thought of.
Yeah.
Is not going to be what you're thinking.
Okay.
It's called Spooky.
Definitely not what I was thinking.
No, it wasn't.
This song came out when I was a kid.
So I also think of... Okay, there's a couple... Okay, now a couple more songs are coming to my mind. Oh,
think of Dancing Zombies.
Yes.
What song?
Yes.
What song?
Thriller.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you didn't do that, your band would have had to have been kicked out. Just be like, what? You're done. You're done. You can't.
No. You gotta play some actual scary stuff, not Thriller. That's not a scary song.
Yes, because when you go to a haunted house, the thing you want to get scared by is the band.
Yes.
Okay.
I want that to set the mood.
Yeah, if you guys would have played originals, that would have set the mood.
That would have been terrible. The songs that come to my mind would be 2 songs by Marilyn Manson, which would have been Sweet Dreams, his cover of Sweet Dreams.
Okay.
And then The Beautiful People, but for us, I guess, at least Lucas and I would have been lyrically not a song we'd have liked to sing, Well,
Right.
I wouldn't have to sing it because I don't sing.
Bet.
But then I also think of the Rob Zombie song. I can't think of the title, but it's like "Burn Through the Witches" and
Yeah, I know exactly
yeah.
what song you're talking about. I don't remember.
It's like the Dragula song,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that one. There's another. Oh, I guess a Zombie by either the Cranberries version or the Bad Wolves cover of that song. That's a little more 95 wheel rock, radio rock sound. But then see, for me, I'd be all over doing like Slipknot and stuff like that, but the rest of the band, besides one of the other guys, would have been able to do that, I guess. Yeah, I'm very much metal, scary. That'd be sick for a haunted house. Because when I went to a haunted house,
Yeah.
they didn't have a band playing, but they had a big projector and like some pyro stuff going on. It was really sick. A big sound setup, and they had Slipknot, Korn, Theory of a Dead Man, which whatever,
Huh.
and just like a bunch of radio rocky kind of stuff playing. So I was like, sick. I don't know why the band member's friend wouldn't have just had songs like that playing instead of hiring a band to play.
Licensing.
Yeah, that's right. True. But then what if you can cover a song with not being in trouble, right? But
Depends if the venue has a license to cover that or not.
so if we literally just played our originals for 3 hours, wow. Yeah. That'd have been rough.
I am thankful I was not ever going to go to that.
Yeah, I'm partly glad we didn't go to it. But yeah.
So, yes, October went by real quickly, thankfully.
It did. Wow.
And, we're already coming upon now. I was actually talking with my mother today, and when we're recording this, it's like one of the last days of October here.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she's amazed that all the leaves are still on the tree on the trees. So it's going to be interesting because if all these leaves are going to fall off soon,
And then just snow.
it's just going to be a crapshoot, to say the least. But that's what happens sometimes when you got, Thanksgiving right at the end of November, and then you're rolling right into Christmas.
Right into Christmas.
And it's just like, all right, and everyone, and I don't know about you around here, but at least up by me, I'm starting to see the Christmas decorations come out in force all around the houses. And
oh, man.
I'm like, can you at least wait till after Thanksgiving's done? And
No. Well, okay. See, and this is all right. As far as the whole timeline goes of things, yes, I would wait till after Thanksgiving. But the weather sucks then.
Yeah.
Generally.
So,
I mean, to do all the
now,
light
if you want to
hanging
hang the lights but not turn them on till after Thanksgiving, okay.
yes. I would be okay doing decorations before Thanksgiving, if just because of a whole weather aspect. But to put a display on, and have everything on display, hold off.
Yeah.
But setup is fine, right?
Go for
I
it.
don't, whatever.
But regardless,
live your life.
we're coming around, like I said, to Thanksgiving again, dealing with all the fun family dramas and all that comes up with it. Apparently, my aunt yelled at my mother because I haven't taken my dog over to go play with her dog yet. But she's only messaged my mother to try to arrange it. She never has messaged me. And I have her phone number. She has mine. And I'm like, you got to message me if you want to arrange for my dog to go play with your dog.
Just go to the source. My goodness.
So that's thankfully, that's the extent of my family drama right now.
You got time.
Oh, I know. I got a few weeks here for family drama to pop up. That being said, I'm not going to my family's for Thanksgiving this year.
No?
No, I've already made my arrangements for Thanksgiving. It is not with my family, regardless of what happens. It's not that I hate my family. It's I don't want to deal with their drama. Thanksgiving is supposed to be a time of, family and fun and, relaxing and that. Instead, I'm going to the chaotic chaos of the Peterson
you
clan.
are. I thought as much. Heck yeah.
And they message me. They're like, "So, it's going to be everyone from this side and everyone from this side, and you can come as well." I'm like, "Oh, it's going to be chaotic, but I will come because the chaos there is nothing compared to the chaos with my family.
With my family.
It is ridiculous." But they did ask that I take my chili.
Oh.
I make my chili and take that, which it's like that's not really a Thanksgiving food, but sure, I'll take it.
But see, chili is a fantastic fall food, though.
Yeah, but the way I make mine is completely different than most people make theirs. The
But if it's
seasonings
still
because the seasonings I use. Oh, it's hot, but it also has a very smoky flavor to it because I use Caribbean jerk as one of the flavors.
We should make chili now.
Yeah, let's make chili while we record. That's
Well,
gonna,
not okay. No. Today.
You do know how long chili takes to
sounds-
cook
yeah, but
from scratch?
sounds really good right now.
It takes me at least 24 hours in a slow cooker.
But it sounds really good right now.
Go get a pressure cooker. I can do it in 45 minutes.
All right.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing for Thanksgiving this year. It's just as I've been kind of going through the year. I was actually listening to a podcast on the way down here.
Yeah.
It was, what's the guy's name? Joey Stinson? Steven Stinson? I think it's Stinson. Joey. Just, you can call him Joey.
Joe.
He's from the podcast. You probably have, well, when I say you probably haven't heard about, that's not because I'm like trying to brag, like, oh, I know this exclusive podcast, blah, blah, blah. Unless, when I say you, I'm talking about you in particular, Mr. Aaron Johnson. You probably have not heard of this one.
Yes.
It's called Pastor with No Answers.
Nope.
Yep. So he's a guy, he was formerly on the Bad Christian podcast back in the day when, Bad Christian was just starting up and everything. He kind of co-founded it all with them. Back when Bad Christian was probably one of the only podcasts out there that was like, oh, look, let's even talk about, weird stuff. And some of the topics that they've gone on to, I'm like, no, you've gone way outside of of things, and I don't listen to them anymore. Just
Yeah.
But anyways, so podcast is Pastor with No Answers. And friends.
And friends.
Joey is the host there, and he's actually when it says Pastor with No Answers, he's an actual pastor himself out in is he South Carolina now, or is he out? No, he's Pacific Northwest now. He started South Carolina, Pacific Northwest. But he was talking about how he was going, and this is something I can't relate to. He was going for a jog one day, and he saw his psychiatric hospital, and he started thinking about all the things he had been thankful for because of the various events that went on. And if you're a fan of Bad Christian Podcast, you know the whole drama around how he was kind of kicked out of the show while he was going through a depressive episode. And like they actually separated him legally from their team and their podcast and took him out of the business, and actually their whole friendship just shattered and crumbled and everything, And these are the other guys who are on the podcast, Bad Christian Podcast. They're the some band members from the band Emery.
Yeah, I know that band.
So that's who makes up Bad Christian Podcast, is some of the band members from there. And then this guy, Joey.
Interesting.
So,
Emery.
But anyways, he was out jogging one time, and he came across the psychiatric hospital where he got some treatment recently when this whole scenario of events went down. And he was starting to think of like what he was thankful for as a result of everything that happened because of his treatment. And I got to thinking, I was like, this has been a crazy, 2 years now? 15 days that we've had. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. But no, it's been a crazy 2 years where we've been under this constant lockdown. We're seeing right now, if you look at the economic situation, various things happening, inflation going up at record rates, unfortunately. You're seeing people's, I guess you could say, like actual wages, because they're getting paid the same amount, right? But actual wages actually, because of inflation, it's actually
Going
lower.
down.
So you're seeing all this happening. You're seeing people being told, hey, if you want to have a Christmas for your kids, you better buy the stuff now because it's not guaranteed to be in stock in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And all that. And I'm like, we have all this going on, all this crazy, all this complaining, all this doom and gloom, and we're supposed to celebrate Thanksgiving and stop in the middle of all this and be thankful for a day.
How?
And that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of those things of like, really? You want me to, I should stop and be thankful for this? And they're saying already Thanksgiving is going to be one of the most expensive Thanksgivings ever because the cost of all the food is going up.
Yeah.
And there's already people who are saying they can't find turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Because
Find your own on the road.
how about not unless you know how to actually butcher it properly?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So find a hunter, befriend them, and make
Yes.
But
yes.
so that got me thinking. I was like, man, there's a lot that I guess you could say under non-COVID year rules, I would probably be a lot more grateful for. And then we come into COVID, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to be thankful for because I'm taking the context of this one little bright spot compared to the rest of this like doom and gloom news out in the rest of the world.
Right.
That got me, that convicted me a little bit today. I was like, I need to maybe start finding those things to be thankful for a little more upfront now, a few weeks before Thanksgiving, than instead of only on the day of Thanksgiving. And so that's one of those things of where I was like, okay, I need to start thinking on this. I need to start finding those things that bring me those thanks moments in the month. And maybe, and I know we've talked about this before, instead of having it just be a day of Thanksgiving, be a month at least of Thanksgiving, if not longer. And I'll be honest, that's one of the things that maybe I haven't done the best of myself, especially in the light of being crazy busy with work and all these other things going on at times.
Yeah. That's hard when life gets busy to really sit down and think about anything. Yeah, oh gosh. Thanksgiving. Yeah. Oh no, Thanksgiving, man.
Why are you going, oh no?
Yeah, what you said, I guess, has kind of been on my mind as well. I know it's been brought up before, but I do find just hilarious just how unthankful everybody always seems to be.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I guess for Thanksgiving, it's like, why do we even have it? Why do we have it? Because I don't think anybody really is thankful. It just seems like a lot of complaining, and then obviously a lot of potential fighting, I guess, happens shortly after it.
Well, yeah, and we've definitely gotten out of the actual real reason of Thanksgiving because we have Thanksgiving as a national holiday. It's a uniquely U.S. holiday.
True.
In that way, that we're remembering something that happened a long time ago, back in the United States, back when the Pilgrims and all that.
Yeah.
Back when the Pilgrims and all that first landed here, and how they survived over in Plymouth Colony.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique in how we do it and what it is about. It obviously didn't start off necessarily as a way to go, oh, let's give thanks for what has happened in the year in that.
No,
it kind of was more of a thanks of, hey, we survived winter.
That, man, that's, yeah, I'm not, it's so hard to like go into Thanksgiving knowing winter's coming because I don't like winter.
Yeah. Well, neither do I. But so let me ask you this about Thanksgiving. Maybe, and this may be some history about these. This is called 9 Fun Facts About Thanksgiving, and some of these I didn't know. Okay. So let me ask you this one first, Aaron. How many people were present at the first Thanksgiving?
Present?
Yeah. How many people, were there at the first Thanksgiving? Obviously, we're talking back in 1621.
75. I don't know.
Take a guess.
How many? 50? I don't know.
Well, if you were guessing the number of pilgrims, that would be correct. 50 pilgrims. But there were also 90 Wampanoag Indians. I probably butchered that, and I apologize for that.
So,
And it occurred over the course of 3 days.
So 140 people.
Yep. Of those 140, historians believe only blank number were women. What's that number?
40? No.
5.
Oh! What? Wow.
It is believed by historians that only 5 women were present.
Why? I guess why do they? What makes them think that then? Like, what evidence that?
I would have to, I would have to ask the historian. They don't give why the historians say that. Okay.
That's interesting.
So
5. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
So okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does your mother cook a turkey for Thanksgiving?
Someone does.
Okay, someone does, but you normally have a turkey at the family. Most families do that in the U.S.
Yes.
Was turkey a part of the original Thanksgiving meal?
No.
You're correct. Do you know what was on the original?
I don't know why. I just think of the cornucopia. I don't know why I think of a cornucopia for Thanksgiving, but I do.
Well, that's because you were taught that in elementary school.
Oh.
Don't you remember in elementary school having to color in the little cornucopia of all the...
Yeah, but
Okay. But
I just figured we'd do that because of fall and
cornucopia, though, isn't a food.
No, it
Contains a bunch of food.
Yeah.
Do you want just take a guess of one of the meats that was served that they think was served?
Rabbit.
No.
Dang it.
Historians believe that venison,
Oh,
duck,
duh. I was going to say
goose,
duck.
oyster, lobster, eel, and fish
Eel.
were served alongside pumpkins and cranberries.
Ooh.
What year was Thanksgiving declared a national holiday?
I don't know. No. Is it is it in the 1700s?
No.
So way after?
1863.
Wow.
Abraham Lincoln proclaimed Thanksgiving a national holiday.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yep. Now,
Why?
okay. Why?
Yeah.
Because someone wrote him a letter every year for 17 years, trying to convince him to make Thanksgiving a national holiday.
Persistence. I like that.
Her name was Sarah Josepha Hale. What else did Sarah Josepha Hale write?
You're asking the wrong person, my God. I'm not a history person.
Mary had a little lamb.
That is not.
That's her.
That's where that came from?
She is the person who wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb, and she is the same person to convince Abraham Lincoln to create Thanksgiving as a national holiday.
What? Way to go. That's funny. Okay. Wow. But what? Okay.
Yep. How many towns in the United States are named Turkey?
Like currently?
Yes.
Towns.
Uh-huh.
241. I don't know.
4.
Oh, dang it. There's so many freaking towns, and that's got to be in the country. How's it just 4?
Yep. There's one in Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, and North Carolina.
Oh, wait. I guess could you have multiple towns named Turkey in a state?
It would be very unlikely.
Yeah, I didn't put that together before I said that. I was thinking like county to county or something. Okay, you know what? I quit. So 4.
When you, Mr. Johnson, have to take over cooking the turkey for your family,
I won't.
when you do,
Okay.
did you know that Butterball, one of the brands that they sell a bunch of turkeys, they have a turkey cooking helpline?
No.
Yep.
Well, then I will need their assistance.
You can either call them at 1-800-BUTTERBALL, or you can text them,
Wow.
or you can email them, chat online, ask Amazon Alexa to contact you to them, contact them via Facebook, contact them via Instagram, or contact them via TikTok.
Oh my gosh, I hate TikTok so much. I can't stand TikTok.
So now that you know that, right?
Yes.
Now, obviously, this is previous to their expansion into SMS, text messaging, and TikTok. How many phone calls or emails do they typically answer in a year?
What? On how to cook a turkey.
Yep, in the months of November and December.
How many phone calls?
Or emails or like Facebook messages.
How many do they get a year?
In those 2 months.
A lot.
Give me a number.
I would say several thousand.
Several thousand, like under 10,000 or more than 10,000?
More.
Like less than 50, more than 50?
More.
More than 75, less than 75?
Let's just go with 73.
A little more than 100,000 questions a year in November and December.
Through text, email,
And phone.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. All about questions on how to cook a turkey.
Throw it in the oven. Just hope for the best. Right?
No.
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 I remember there was one year when I actually got to be in the room when a turkey was beheaded.
Okay.
That was I don't know why I thought of this. But that was probably the freshest turkey I've ever had in my life. It was great.
That would be really fresh. Yes. I hope you at least cooked it first.
Yes. Yeah, is my hunting part of the family. It's awesome. It was a kind of a scary sight to see as a kid for the first time. But I remember it being good.
This explains so much.
Oh no.
Anyways, going on with some weird, wonderful facts here. Okay.
What else you got?
So you know how football is played on Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why that is. So don't ask.
So, I'm not going to ask why. Okay. So I'm going to give you this fact, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Here's the fact. The tradition of football on Thanksgiving began in 1876 with a game between Yale and Princeton, so college, right?
Okay.
The first NFL games on Thanksgiving were played in what year?
19 87. I don't know. What?
1987. Do you think this is a very recent tradition here in America?
I don't even know what Super Bowl we're on right now.
Neither do I, but at least I know about Thanksgiving football.
Well, you would have been freaking what?
How old would I have been? Come on, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
You would have been a little baby.
How old would I have been?
You would have been a little baby.
87. How old would I have been?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop. You put me on the spot. I don't like being put on the spot. It makes me uncomfortable. Wait, I need to figure out how old I am right now. I am 26. You are... Yeah. Okay. So, let me do the math real quick. Wait, what year is it right now? Wait, what year? Oh, yes. Yeah, you'd have been like 4 years old.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you got it.
Oh, really? Yeah, you'd have been 4, so
Yeah.
you don't remember that. Or do you? Would you?
That's right about when people start remembering stuff, 4 or 5 years old.
That is kind of funny because I remember my 4th birthday, and I thought I was born at 4. But yeah, I don't know, like, how many Super Bowls have or like, how long has the NFL been around?
It's, well, obviously since at least the 1920s.
It's been that long?
Well, if the
I guess
first
I was
if the
thinking
first
1930s.
if the first NFL game was played on Thanksgiving in 1920, it had to have been around since at least then.
Oh, the first one was 1920, Paul.
1920. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, this is non-COVID year that I'm talking about. We're not talking about COVID years because COVID travel on airplanes is all janky and all that right now. But the last time they did some stats, about how many people do you think traveled in a typical Thanksgiving holiday?
How, like, countrywide?
American-wide.
How many people traveled?
Again, pre-COVID,
1/5 of the country.
which is how many?
I don't know. There's like what, like however 100 million people are in the country right now. Like how many people live in the U.S.? Oh, it's still in the 300s. Okay,
300 millions.
so it's like 330.
So what number is that?
That'd be still a lot of people.
Which is?
It's about like 66 million.
A little too high. 54 million.
I was close.
You are close.
I'm kind of surprised by that, actually. Wow.
But that many people travel.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah, again, pre-COVID.
Right,
You know,
I guess, yeah, right now.
I have a feeling once, this year probably won't be close to normal, but next year
Might be.
will probably be real
Backed
close to
up.
normal.
But do you think it'd be either really close, like, do you think it'd be above or still under?
I have a feeling by next year, unless something happens where we go back to our lockdown again, we're going to go back to a full-on.
So then do you think a lot of people would do it to make up for it? So, like, do you think we'll have more than normal?
No, I think we'll be back to normal.
Just normal? Okay.
Yeah.
Which would still probably get backed up.
Oh, yeah. I know. That's definitely is going to happen. So
How
yeah,
do they calculate that kind of stuff?
well, they can kind of see how many people fly.
Listen, think about all the people that probably just drive.
I know. Then they have to do some extrapolation based on other habits that they know and everything. So it's not a clear
Sounds like
cut.
too much work.
But that's what some people's jobs are.
Collect data?
Yes.
Wow. Sounds like an easy job. I could be completely wrong.
No, it's not an easy job because then you got to filter through people who are lying and all this other stuff.
Ooh,
And
how do you figure that out?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, it's not your job, I guess. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my job. So, yeah, so those are some fun things about Thanksgiving going on.
So, what's the farthest you've traveled for Thanksgiving then? Have you always been in like the state? Or have you ever traveled out of state for Thanksgiving?
Never traveled anywhere except to. So, obviously, when we lived in North Carolina, we didn't travel outside of our trailer home, mobile home.
Oh.
We didn't travel outside of our trailer park. Once up here in Wisconsin, never traveled further than maybe 25 minutes away because depending on what family member's house we were going to. But more likely it was my one aunt's house that was 5 minutes from my mom's place. Except for the years where we lived in my grandma's house and then it was in my grandma's house and then it was literally just walk downstairs.
Wow.
So never really did any long distance trips, traveling. And to be honest, all my mom's family lives here in Racine.
Right.
You
So
know,
you never had to.
all my dad's family lives out in Pennsylvania, which I've met them 2 or 3 times.
Really?
So it's not like a real close connection with any of them. You know, met them at a family reunion out there, which we took my mom to. And that's the one that's the one where my grandma looked at my mom and said, "Oh, so you're the one who took off his fat."
Oh my gosh.
Because my dad was sick at the time.
Yeah.
And so he was getting real skinny, but my mom,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
I was like,
What a thing to say.
and that was the first time my mom met her. So that was wonderful.
No. I'm imagining it was not.
That's what I'm saying. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so we've been out there, 2 or 3 times because I was out there another time with my dad so he could visit his mom out there. And then somehow we went out there to visit and somehow we ended up tilling and planting a tomato garden for her as part of the trip. Whatever.
Labor.
Yeah, exactly. But that was during the summer. We didn't do that for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was just local here, you know. Mm-hmm. And then when we were at my aunt's house, this was the situation. Adults upstairs, kids downstairs in the basement. Okay? You know, a bunch of kids and, you know, playroom area, you know, with Nintendo and all that. But here's what my cousins love to do.
Uh-oh.
My cousins, what we did was, so they had a stairwell going down, you know, obviously. You know, it wasn't my grandma's house where you had to jump into the basement. And I'm not kidding on this. My grandma's house was a big hole. And then there was a basement. There was no steps or anything to get downstairs. It was literally you jumped down onto a chair and then you got off the chair. And then when you wanted to come up, from the chair, you kind of lifted yourself up onto the floor above, and then you had to army crawl out of the basement. Yeah, it was interesting.
That sounds epic.
I want to see you do it.
I couldn't, but
Okay.
That'd be awesome, though.
Okay, you couldn't, but my 90-some-year-old grandma was army crawling out of the basement, up to a month before she died.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be a good thing to have then. If it keeps you that active and able to do that kind of stuff, I think it is worth it. I'd have that put in my house.
Let's go tell your parents, and you're doing all the laundry from now on.
Oh yeah, that'd be up and down, up and down. Oh boy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna become shredded.
And anyways, so what we would do at the house, I don't know why my cousins love doing this, but they did, okay? They always said, "Oh, we can prove that our house is haunted," because it was my cousins who lived there.
Yeah.
So what we do is under the stairwell, we would gather all the dirty clothes and build a wall between us and the outside. So we would sit under the stairs and then the dirty clothes wall in front of us.
Yeah.
Then they'd shut off all the lights and we sit there in the quiet. And then eventually you would see little glowing eyes running around. It wasn't ghosts. It was mice.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh, that's spooky. I wouldn't like that.
So imagine being a kid and like, okay, we're gonna go hunt ghosts now and turn off all the lights, and then you see these little glowing guys running around. It wasn't ghosts, it was mice running.
Ugh.
So that's what I used to do for Thanksgiving when I was younger as a kid.
That sounds awesome.
Yes, awesome. In quotes, full on air quotes there, because awesome.
I can only imagine. I feel like I would freak out if I saw that.
And I haven't talked to my cousins recently about that. Be like, do you remember when you used to do? Because I don't know if they want to admit to that ever, that they used to do that.
That's so funny. I don't know why I think that's so funny.
Did you have any weird childhood traditions for Thanksgiving? Did you go hunt ghosts in your basement?
No.
If we turn off all the lights right now, will we see glowing eyes?
Yes. Well, no. Not mice glowing eyes. Actual ghost glowing eyes. Grandma and Grandpa.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll call the Ghostbusters. And they'll be captured.
Take care of.
They'll be captured and hauled away.
But we like their company.
So no crazy kid things that you would do as a kid for Thanksgiving.
Not that I can remember.
Now remind me, did you guys have like a little kids table for the little kids?
Oh yeah, yeah. We always had the adult table and then the little munchkin table.
You know what we had for our sitting arrangement?
What?
There was no adult table and child table. There was the food table, the food counter 2, and the food counter 3. And
You just packed one and went and ate there?
you took your plate, got your food that you wanted, and you found a spot on either the couch, the floor, a bed, or a basement stair, or the basement, and shared it with the mice.
Oh, it's a meal for everybody then. That's
Oh, yeah.
sweet.
Great. Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
So that's what we did for that. So if you had a kid table, at least you had somewhere to sit, and you're like, yay.
Yeah. Well, but I never wanted to be at the kid table. I always wanted to sit at the big adult table.
And now you want to sit at the kid table, don't you?
No, I don't. I like the adult table.
Why?
I just like to eat in peace and be done.
You like to eat in peace, huh?
Yeah, I do. Yes. When I've got food on my mind, I just want to focus on the food.
When you got food on your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. So what are you making for Thanksgiving this year?
What am I making for
Yes.
Thanksgiving?
You're an adult now. You should be making something for
but-
contributing to Thanksgiving.
But I contribute by helping out, not with making food, but cleaning it up.
I'm going to ask your mother.
No, I do.
I'm kidding.
But that's only when my sister's like, Eric, come on, let's do the dishes. I'm like, oh, okay.
Come on. You got to learn how to do something. You got to be a good example for your nephews.
I do.
Teach them how to be a man and be proactive and go clean or cook or...
Well, see, my nephew Caleb is already on the whole cooking thing. He loves cooking.
Oh, okay. So what
Yeah.
is he making for Thanksgiving this year?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Have him make you stuffed eel pie.
What? Is that a thing?
Sure.
Oh, I don't know.
There is such a thing as eel pie.
Eel pie. That sounds awful. What would it be? Oh, well, yeah.
It's a traditional English recipe. I don't know if it's stuffed, but there's an eel pie that it's a traditional English recipe. It's
That
eel,
sounds sick.
onion, bay leaves, parsley, butter, sherry,
What is sherry?
wine.
Okay, that is wine.
Yep.
Okay.
Nutmeg, cayenne pepper, salt, flour, lemon juice, eggs, puff pastry, and yolk.
Interesting. I mean, I would try it.
Do you like eel?
I've never had eel.
Ugh.
I don't know. I feel
Not
like
a fan of eel myself,
I
but
feel like I wouldn't. See, all right. I fairly recently, I've done it 2 weekends in a row, but I've had a little bit of cod from my parents' fish fry,
and
nothing's happened yet.
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't push it.
Oh, yeah. That's where I guess I have to be careful. Because, yeah, I had just a spoonful of the fish. I was like,
Yeah.
good. And then next time I had half of the piece. So next time, I'm just going to do a full piece.
So be careful.
Yeah. I did feel maybe a little warm-ish, but I don't know if that could have been from something else.
Gotcha.
But yeah, anywho.
So yeah, convince your nephew to cook you something nice and tasty for Thanksgiving.
He's probably. I mean, I could probably text him and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm already planning on doing this." Because one night when he came over, he really wanted to make hot wings, so we made hot wings. That was fun. But then after we got done, he's like, "You know what? I want to keep making stuff." And then so we just started like making like chips, and then started making onion rings, and then fries. And just a bunch of random things. He's like, "Is it good?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna go make some more." And he once you get him cooking, he don't stop.
So he's mini Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, you know how every year they have holiday specials, a Thanksgiving special of this or whatever. My dream Thanksgiving special.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay. Delivering and like a Thanksgiving like cooking show, but he's only there as a distraction to yell at and insult the contestants.
Ooh.
An hour straight of Ramsay insulting and yelling at someone. I know that sounds wrong, but that would be so entertaining to me. Bonus points if he yelled at kids.
Oh. It is so funny because I've watched a couple videos of Gordon reacting to like some of the worst like cooks or chefs out there, and then you watch him interact with kids, and it's just a total 180.
It's a total 180. Yeah,
complete flop.
I started enjoying Gordon Ramsay, watching him on MasterChef, and just hearing some of the insults he hurled at the chefs, and then here's my confessional moment. The only reason I watched MasterChef Junior was because I hoped that Gordon Ramsay would get down at the same level as one of those kids and yell at them the same way that he yelled at the adults, cursing and all.
Those kids would be traumatized.
This is why I said this is my confessional booth moment. That's the only reason I watched that show. It's because deep down, some part of me wanted to see that, and I don't know why.
Suffer.
I don't know why, and it's probably because Gordon Ramsay just and I keep going back to that, was it, one of those late night show skits where he played himself in one of the skits, and he played himself in MasterChef, and he put 2 pieces of bread on someone's ear and goes, "What are you? An idiot sandwich." That was him making fun of himself, on a skit. I keep coming back, and I was like, I wish he would really do that in one of the shows.
It's amazing.
And I was like, and bonus points if he would do that to one of the kids.
Just ruin their lives.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
I mean, I guess I would.
That being said, if your nephew's is this good, maybe you should have him try out for that.
Gosh. Watch him just get shredded apart.
You never know.
But Gordon Ramsay, I think this is like, no. And then.
No, because then at that point, if he's a kid, he'd be like, "Now, let me tell you something, young chap. Let me tell you something about this cooking that you're doing. I want you to listen to me closely, because if you win, you get to cover me with marshmallow cream."
Oh, gosh.
Because he does that.
Does he really?
They do stuff like that. It's like the winning team gets to like douse one of the judges and like, this food gunk and all that other stuff. They do that in MasterChef Junior, because they're little kids. They want them to have fun. Like, yay. We got them dirty.
I love right. Like, how is that the reward?
Why?
Or one of them.
Why is on Nickelodeon one of the things for the longest time is the slime
thing?
It's same thing. It's
just something funny about
it's
it.
there's something fun about it. Well, there's something fun to a kid of dropping something dirty and gooey and
destroying
disgusting on
stuff.
someone else.
Because it's gross and then it's icky and funny and
Yeah, well, why do you see on playgrounds little boys like chase little girls with like toads or worms or stuff like that? It's because they find it hilarious. Like, what?
to gross other people out.
Yeah.
Oh
Now
gosh.
that is not to say that some girls do that, because there are definitely some that do that.
Very true.
But it's just something about kids that enjoys doing that. Just like I said, there's just something about me that wants to see Gordon Ramsay yell at a kid and make them cry. Is there something wrong with me? Maybe.
I'm sure one day.
No, because he's too nice to the kids.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think something's just gonna push his buttons? One kid just won't push his buttons too much.
No, I think around kids he'll behave. But that would be like I said, that would be my ultimate Thanksgiving special episode to watch. If you could have a Thanksgiving episode to watch, what would it be now, sir?
If I had a Thanksgiving
Like,
episode,
if a TV producer came to you and said, "We will make one show of your choice for Thanksgiving because you won some special lottery," what would it be?
oh my gosh, I don't watch TV. Oh no.
Wow, I already knew. I already had thought of what you would say, but wow.
What did you think I would say?
No, I want to hear what you'd come up with first.
I feel like you thought I would have said SpongeBob.
No.
Oh, well, wow. Okay,
So you
that
would
makes
want
me happy.
a Thanksgiving
it's-
SpongeBob show, huh?
No, I don't. But that's just the first thought. Okay, maybe if you thought if I had to pick one, it would be SpongeBob.
No.
Now I'm really curious what you think I would want.
I'll tell you after you tell me what. If a producer came up to you and said, "We will make one TV show for you, a Thanksgiving special," what would it be?
Oh no. Okay, now I think I'm between two.
Okay.
I think, right? Yeah.
What's the one thing you've always wanted to see on TV that you never had a chance to?
Well, not that I never had a chance to.
Like you want this as a TV show. You want this on TV for you and everyone else to enjoy. Like I said, mine is Gordon Ramsay yelling at a kid and making them cry.
I don't know. So, golly. What would I want on a TV show? I mean,
Just say it.
I don't know. I really don't. It's something that it's not like just a Thanksgiving special.
It could be a thing. It is a Thanksgiving special, so it could be pretty much anything. It doesn't have to fit in with the regular show, series, or anything. Because it's its own little self-contained special thing.
See, that means I have to be creative.
Just come on. Just
You think of something, and I can't do that. I feel like I would want to see something with Impractical Jokers, but I'm not sure.
okay. So you want to see some Impractical Jokers?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that completely far off from what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking you would ask them to produce an hour-long special concert. Jake Lures and August Burns Red and their friends present a magical Thanksgiving fest.
That sounds a lot better. A special Thanksgiving concert
With limited commercial interruptions.
no commercial interruptions.
It's over TV. They need to have some commercials.
But then they get in the way of the music.
That's why I said Jake Lure and August Burns Red and friends.
Gosh, that would be sick.
That's immediately what I thought you were going to say.
That would be so sick.
Instead,
Put
you're
on
like,
some little
SpongeBob? The Impractical Jokers?
Do something funny for Thanksgiving. Because I'm just trying to think of like if what did I ever watch on TV the most? I was like, well, as a kid, probably a lot of SpongeBob, and then I used to really love watching Impractical Jokers for a while. Then there's a phase of South Park, but wow, that show is something else.
Yeah.
Gosh, that would be really cool, though. That's a great idea. Maybe we should hit him up about it. Talk to the boys. Say, hey, can we do an August Burns Red Thanksgiving theme concert?
And they're going to be like, so who's putting up the money?
How much do you need?
$3 million.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I might know some people that can.
So as we're wrapping up here then, getting close to the end of 2021. Can't believe I'm saying that already. Mr. Johnson, we'll start with you.
No.
Mr. Johnson, we'll start with you.
Okay.
What are some things that you've been thankful for this year?
This
wonderful
year.
2021.
Well, see, lately, I have been to several concerts.
Okay.
I am thankful. Well, I guess I should say in-person concerts. I haven't been to one of those in quite a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for those coming back for the most part. I'm thankful that Christmas Burns Red is happening this year so far. Knock on wood. Hopefully it still does. So that's that. I mean, as far as the music stuff, pretty thankful for that coming back up because, man, I have missed loud live music like that. Ugh. What else am I thankful for? Man, there's always a lot. Obviously, can be hit the normal ones, or I guess I always hate saying it like that because it's like, oh, everybody would say this, but it's like it's true though. It's like family and friends, new friends. I mean, I should be thankful for just about everything.
But are you is the question.
Not always. There's a lot that is taken for granted. Gosh, which, yeah. No, man. I am thankful for just, man, I don't know, the comforts that we have being here in America for now.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it stays that way.
Fair enough.
No, but like, no, I mean, as far as like all freedoms and stuff like that goes, and gosh, thankful for a job still, and having the opportunity to now like learn and hopefully maybe get a better job at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, family, just a lot of things to be thankful for. But then also, no, I would say, one of the biggest things, especially recently, is, man, thankful for Christ. I guess, obviously, for him becoming the ultimate sacrifice, and just, it recently, just, it's like when going to Christ with anything and everything in giving it to him, it's freeing. Not to say that, obviously there's always going to be a bit of a struggle, but, hard things to go through, but it's having him to rely on, having him with you is freeing. So I'm extremely thankful for Christ in that and his word. And yeah.
That it?
I could list every guitar, every drum, every cymbal I'm thankful for.
No. Well, you can count that in musical equipment.
Okay, yeah. And just, I guess, also just health. I am not a extremely healthy person. I'm trying to be on the road to it more so. But yeah, even that, like, thankful for just having the ability to be able to do what I do still.
Okay.
And not be hindered really by much of anything. There's so much. Paul, when you really think about it, there's so much.
Okay, Josh.
Man, yeah, there's a lot to be thankful for.
Oh, if you take the time to think about it, yes.
Which I need to do more of.
But at the same time, that also means one thing as well.
What is that?
So you're not taking whatever comes your way, whether that be health, concert, time with friends, and all that for granted.
Yeah. Got to make the most of it.
Exactly.
Man, what are you... See, thankfully, there's this thing called editing.
Yeah.
And you do that well.
Have you listened to the episodes?
Not all of them. I've listened to some. But after that very spaciously long thing, I'm going to ask you, what are you thankful for? And it's just going to be so cut, right on track. And it's just be short, sweet. Maybe not short, but
Define spaciously long. What was spaciously long?
I don't know.
You're rambling or the
Yes,
silence?
correct. Rambling.
I
Yes.
might keep all of it in.
Frick. Sick. Well, I'll let you decide what you want to do. But you're just always so much more to the point and better at it. So what are you thankful for, Paul? You know what? That's what I'm thankful. I'm thankful for your skills and gifts and friendship and everything above. Yep.
That is something that's spaciously long right there. That silence.
Yes. Yes.
Just trying to make you uncomfortable with that. And you apparently succeeded.
It's not hard.
Yep. But what am I grateful for this year?
Thankful.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said thankful for.
Oh, I thought you said grateful.
I might have said grateful for,
Right.
thankful for. Close enough.
Same, yeah.
In regards to, at that point, you're going into semantics, and I'd have to call you Josh Brewer. That being said, this year has been an interesting one. So one of the things I am thankful for is definitely my job, which gives me a lot of flexibility in the way I do things, as well as in the way that time can be done. Like recently, where I had kind of a weird, not weird, an emergency that was not my fault financially. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Where I was able to arrange like last minute, like, hey, I need to take off of work Monday and get this all taken care of because I need to get this taken care of. But I'm also grateful that they are a very long-standing company and see that the fact that it is more important for the community to do well than just the profits of the company. That's more important long-term than the company itself. It's part of their mission statement. It's part of their charter. It's part of how they were built from the initial beginning as well. So that's good in that part. I like that. Other things though, man, it's been a heck of a year breaking in a new dog and adjusting a new dog. So I've been very thankful for all the opportunities I've had with able to get private training with her and to help her with some of her stuff. Still working on some things with my dog, but at the same time that it's been a good transition as well with my mom's dog and everything, because that could have been a very bad introduction, because my mom's dog actually still lunges at my dog.
Ooh.
Like my dog will be sitting around, just doing whatever in the living room. When I say living room, my mom's living room. And my mom's dog will jump off the chair and try to attack my dog. And Xena just kind of sits there and is like, you're 20 pounds of nothing.
Yeah.
No, 10 pounds of nothing.
What are you going to do to me?
You have no teeth, dog. So she takes it with stride and everything. And so that hasn't caused any grief or stress or heartache, because if my dog wanted to, she could easily eat my mom's dog as a snack. And that might sound superficial, but that makes my recording days like this, it makes my days where I'm volunteering at church or like Wednesday nights, it makes all that so much smoother when I have the ability to not have my dog home alone and with my mom. And, because I'm more at ease the fact that my mom has not going to be alone 24/7 because, well, she's an old widower.
Right.
There's something there making her get up and do stuff once in a while, not just lay there all day.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's my dog isn't alone, so I'm grateful for all that. Because, geez Louise, having a dog like her alone in my apartment for long times, I'm slowly working on it, because she has never been away from me for long periods of time since I've gotten her. And that first week, I think I've shown you this picture before. The first week I had her, she started chewing a hole in my wall.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine if I just was like, hey, you're going to stay home alone all day now. Boom. I come home. Oh, look, where that used to be my door.
Yeah. Where'd the dog go?
That's great.
That would be real bad.
Yeah. Other things I'm thankful for. Oh, man, there's a long list, but I'll summarize it down with this one, because when I say there's a long list that fits under this category, there were some various, let's just say, financial items that was trying to figure out how to deal with early in the year, and thankfully was able to get them all taken care of within the last 2 weeks, and in a way that I think it will be beneficial for everything. And so I was like, okay, thank you, God, that I was able to get through this. And, because it was causing me a little stress on how to figure out how to pay some of these things off, because and I was like, all right, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Okay, got it. Good. We're good to go. And, it's because just hey, you know what? When you miscalculate some things happen wrong. And and ultimately it's my fault, but it's my responsibility to then follow through and pay it up and everything. And it just got to be a little on the stressful side for a little bit there. And so I'm glad that that's all taken care of now. I'm not going to go into what that is on here. I've shared with you, Aaron, what those things are. And whoo, finally got that taken care of. Other things though, even though me and my family are not always, I guess you could say, eye to eye on a lot of things, most things. Okay, it's rare that we're even eye to eye on anything. Okay. I'm still thankful for them, even though they're a little crazy. They drive me crazy. I'm thankful for my mother, even though she drives me just nutty at times, and I'm just, there are times where I'm just like, Mother dearest, please stop. But I'm still thankful for everything involved with her and the relationship there and everything, even though at times I just have to tell her, I'm sorry. You need to stop listening to crazy people online. I'm not thankful for crazy people online.
I know.
What am I? Oh, this is going to sound beyond corny, but it is true. Okay. That one Monday, or I think it was a Monday, but that one day where like Facebook was down all day.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that, and the fact that a lot of people kind of started seeing the hysteria around people who were going through Facebook withdrawal like after one day, and they're like, that was kind of the white pill moment for some of them. Like, this is not good, you know.
I didn't think about that.
And so that's some of the things going on there, and then of course all the document leaks that have been brought out of Facebook recently. Oh, some of them are just damning beyond damning.
Really?
Over Facebook. Yes. Wall Street Journal did excellent multi-day write-up of all the documents. Like, they wrote a whole series, multiple days worth of these things that are coming out of Facebook, of these studies that they have commissioned internally and that they've done, showing that they know how bad social media is on teens and their mental health and all these other impacts that it has, how Facebook has accelerated the spread of hatred and hate speech and misinformation. You know, these things that they say they're trying to fix, and their own studies showing that no, they're actually propagating and spreading this faster than what they would like. That, I know that sounds so petty, be like, oh, I'm thankful that came out, but what I'm thankful for about that is that this is coming out and hopefully will open up the eyes of people to not rely on social media as much.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, and when we talk about Facebook's new name, we'll talk about that even more.
Yeah. I did see that.
Because that is definitely part of the whole conversation about the changing of their name happened right as the document leak, right as the whistleblower happens, right as all these underground investigations are happening and all this other stuff. But that's for another week, another time, you know. You know, other things that I have been thankful for is just the friends and family that I've had. When I say friends and family in that regard, I'm talking about not biological family. I'm talking about the friends that have become like family, essentially.
Yeah.
Because that has been very important and very, well, how do you put it? Very evident over the past couple of years, especially. You know?
Yeah.
So I think of like you and Andy and Heather. You know, still include Josh in that list.
He still makes it.
He still makes the list. You know, I think about that, and I'm thankful for that. And this sounds really weird. I'm thankful for a weird old game, Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Now here's why. So before you pass judgment on me, okay? A couple of years ago, one of my good buddies, Nathaniel Brash, passed away. And a lot of times when I was over at his house when I was younger, and he would play that game all the time.
Huh.
And in a way, now that they've re-released it, now that it can work on modern machines, it's like, okay, it's kind of a good memories coming back from it. That's what it is, really. In all honesty, it's nothing beyond that. And so I'm like, okay. So that's what it is. It's because like, okay, I enjoy this. I can deal with this. Bringing back some good memories, happiness. Let's go. And that's why. So I know that's a weird thing to say, but it brings back some happy memories. And like I know, like I know his wife would be like, "What the heck?" His wife that he left here, on Earth, she'd be like, "What the heck?" Because I doubt he ever played it with, her, because he was busy working and being a father and providing for the family. And and obviously by that time, even it was an old game. 2010, it was an old game. I think this came out so I would have been in high school. So this would have been like 1999, 2000 era at the time.
Jeez. I've been around for a little while.
Let me see here. 2000 was the original release date. So
21 years old.
yeah, the game is legally old enough to drink now.
Sick.
So 21 years later, they re-released that game, and then
Yeah.
so it brings back some of those memories and brings back, some of those things and those, I guess you could say, happy times. And this is a weird thing, and I'm sure you'll find this as you grow older, Aaron.
Uh-oh.
You know how they always say midlife crisis and that? It's because you go back and long for those things that makes you feel good and makes you feel happy about the old days, about when you're younger, when you're 20s or your teens or somewhere along those lines. And I'm starting to hit that age where it's like, I'd like to grab something from that would make me feel like that from.
Bring me back to the good old days.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thankful for those things. And I'm thankful for the weird conveniences that I have that I take for granted at times. The fact that I have a cell phone that's top of the line that could download stuff in an instant. People are like, "Oh, that's a weird flex." It's not a flex. It's literally me saying, I'm thankful for it because my job is technology. My job is to be able to access anything from anywhere at any time and being able to do things. And the fact that I don't have to worry about lugging around a computer with me, or if I do lug around a computer, I know I can get it on the internet at crazy fast speeds. Actually, sometimes faster than what's at my house through my cell phone internet access. And I have fiber at my house.
Oh, jeez.
So the fact that that's happening is like, okay, that's weird. So I'm grateful for those things because they enabled me to do my job, which enables me to then be able to take the resources that my job provides me. Those resources being time, money, opportunity, and take those resources and reinvest back in other people and other things, such as taking time to edit this podcast, such as taking time to volunteer with the youth group, do the streaming service on Sundays. I don't have to worry about, hey, where's my next meal coming from or anything like that. It's like, okay, I know I'm doing this job. I know I'm doing this. It affords me, and I'm thankful for this, it affords me the opportunity to be able to volunteer without, about worry about what's coming next down the line for me. And I realize that that's not something that just everyone can do right now, especially in this economy and the way it is with the wages and unemployment, the way it is and the inflation. There are people who are working 2, 3, 4 jobs to stay afloat. And so that's why I'm thankful for it, because I realize that that's not the case for everyone. And I think back, what was it? What year is it? 2021? 14 years ago. Yeah, 14 years ago. I remember we were heading on Thanksgiving. Well, it was the day after Thanksgiving. Day after Thanksgiving, we were headed down to Florida in a van. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 12 of us in a van.
Jeez. That's a packed van.
It wasn't like a passenger type van, that you would rent to like take a trip from with like a Hertz or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is like a family minivan type thing.
It's a lot of people in that van.
Going down to Florida.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, that was definitely the beginning of a very hard time in my life at that point. I didn't realize it, but I can look back at it now and be grateful for what I went through, because it allows me to understand a lot more people on what they're going through and how I can help them. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. Do not wish that on anyone.
Right.
But I am thankful for that now on the opposite side. And it's weird to be thankful for something that hurts so bad. It's weird to be thankful for something that left such a scar. But I am. And you know what? You can call me crazy. You can call me weird. All you want. That's okay. I'm fine with that because that's what I'm thankful for.